Hey Parker,
Hey, how's it going?
all good and you?
Good, good.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm working from home today, so I'll be able to stay for the whole meeting.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, first time in like a month.
Yeah, welcome to our world. Working from home. It's the only place we know, unless we're when we were on the road.
Yeah,
Yeah, it has advantages and disadvantages.
sure, sure.
Hey Bowen.
Howdy there.
Hey Bowen, did you happen to find that text?
No, I haven't, and I don't know why. Because like everything in Google Docs, and not having done it in Google Docs, but it's just not there. However, um, this is almost like this is it's up to other people to go in and tell me what needs to change about it at this point. So like I've got extra time. I'm gonna pop it to you in Riot. Just in case you want to take a look at it at some point. Um, so what I'm saying is I have a little bit more time to work on stuff.
Ah, cool. Okay.
The big evil doc is basically done.
Well, actually, wait, I'm gonna. There's a bit of noise here. A security dog because it's not really in the list. Is it what needs to be done with? What's the purpose of that?
So like RJ and Adria and Griff and Wojtek are going over all of the actual technical specifics behind it. I was just showing it to you because I thought it looked cool, and I made a neat sort of graph on the front end of it that explains how everything works pretty simply. So it's getting checked over for technical accuracy.
Nice. But is this something that is gonna? It is actually a good one to also share with people and create a Medium post out of, or this is a Medium post, or how do you see this?
No. This is more of a manual because if you scroll all the way to the end, it has like the command reference and everything. Eventually, once we're at release and other people can actually take our code and run it themselves, this is going to be an essential document because this is also going to be documenting like the process of having a security guard, which is a little interesting because it isn't just doing the check-in and it isn't just watching all of the stuff. You also have to run your own alarm server and things like that, which is going to be cool, which isn't specifically mentioned because we only brought that up last night. But so like it's been a work in progress because like my understanding of it changed all the way through the process, and this is basically only for the front facing like regular mainnet version. Like the explanation of what happens on the back end is very cursory, but it definitely for the not faint of heart explains exactly how the whole new Giveth bridge system works.
And yeah, and do you think that once the bridge is live, this could be indeed like, I think we should announce it to the world and like say, hey, we're using this.
We'll be able to adapt it for that. Like I said, I'm just waiting for everybody else to verify the accuracy.
Yeah, okay. Already added in the list here. Okay. Okay, I think we have enough people to start this meeting. So, hey, Wojtek, and Adam. Okay, so check-in. Very happy that there are so many people joining again. We have no distractions, just taking the notes. And intention is to do as every time, just doing this in 1 hour tops. And I give it to Bowen.
I'm a little distracted by my allergies, but otherwise I'm committed to the same singleness of purpose of getting through this as quick as possible.
Cool.
I hand it over to Wojtek.
I'm very distracted because I made some last changes before release and I broke a lot of stuff.
Oops.
So I'm trying to fix that. But yeah, I might actually leave the meeting rather soon. I was just very interested in the bridge part. Griff.
Yeah, I am also a little distracted by adding stuff to the comms sheet, a bunch of different documents, and yeah, I think we will have no problem getting this done in an hour. How about Adam?
Hey guys, I'm running on fumes a little bit here. Had a late night session with my roommate trying to get him some ether, which was fun. So yeah, intention is just to have a good meeting, and that is about it. Yeller.
What's up, everybody? It's been a minute for the comms meeting for me. I've been boycotting it, but I decided that it's important to be here every now and then. Happy to see Parker and Bowen. Guys, it's been a minute. I'll be adding a few things to the sheet, and then I will most definitely be tuning out to work on things that I've been working on. But I'm happy to be here and see how you guys. Passing it to Kai, who I will see tomorrow.
Yeah, let's have a quick meeting. 1 hour sounds good. I give it to Parker.
All right, thanks. Yeah, happy to be here. An hour sounds good to me too. Like I said, I'm working from home today, so I'm here for the whole meeting regardless, but the faster the better. I'm excited to provide some updates on things and catch up on everything else. So I will pass it to Lorelai.
Yeah, hey. I'm here for the meeting. I'm not distracted. Yeah, just happy to be here. And did Bowen check in already?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know who I'm passing to. Sorry.
I think we have everyone. Yeah. Okay. So let's kick this off then. So first, the governance part. Is there anyone who has a specific tension topic they or proposal they want to make for communication that I can add here? 3, 2, 1. Okay. So the first one, it's not really attention. It's just, although it is financially. So I created a Grammarly account because it was someone pointed that out to me. I actually didn't know it, and it's really useful because my writing suddenly became better. So it just corrects your sentences, etc. So I checked yesterday, and it's like valid until end of July. So I don't know, Yeller, Adam, other people, Bowen, who are writing. It was Bowen who introduced me to that one. I can just share my login if you want to like add the Chrome extension, and then you can work in there and review your texts. Go ahead, Yeller.
Do we pay for that?
We pay $59 for 3 months. So I didn't renew it. I just did once now to see if it's useful.
Interesting. I've never logged in, and nor do I really want to. But interesting.
Yeah, well, tell me if you wanna. If I can send you the login details if you wanna try it out.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Adam, would you like to have it as well?
Same deal. I'm not like especially looking for extra tools at the moment, but I'm willing to give it a shot. Yeah, I mean, I have, I can definitely drop a doc in there and see what happens.
Yeah, I'll send it to both of you and just check it if it's useful for you. And if it is, I'll just renew. And if it's not, then I'll cancel so that it's not renewed.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. Then next one, yeah. So I kept this one in just for now because there were some people not there for transparency reasons. So just so you know, Kai and I were budgeted in the sheet for starting March actually at 650 instead of 600. But we all want to be on the UBI, but for not to create any tensions and for clarity. So how we worked right now is that for the extra tasks that we take on, that we have taken on, that were actually defined in the budget discussion sheet, that we have charged or put extra $50 euros extra for those weeks in our milestones. But the idea is that that would go away as soon as possible, in the sense that we would shift to a system where there is an official UBI, and that we then work with the thing that Satya proposed, or with some system that you actually just dish points based on milestones and what people want to do in the future. So that is the situation. So if you check recent milestones, you will see that it is in there, but it is in there with the link and the explanation. So I just wanted to share that again. If there's any feelings or thoughts about it, please don't hold back. Let's keep communicating.
There's no like feeling or tension from me, because I saw this and talked with Kai about it, and it's great that actually it's being spoken about publicly. But I guess something that I was confused about is, looking back, it seemed like all of these like UBI allowances were for part-time work, right? Like 20 hours a week.
25, yeah.
25 hours a week. So I think what's really important is for people to remember that like your time allowance is 25 hours a week, right? Like there's plenty of other time we could be looking for other opportunities. Like a lot of us were freelancers before this, and like we can find other things, even other projects that are coming in to Giveth that we can work on. And so like, let's not forget that like it's just 25 hours that you're being asked to contribute. If you contribute 60, it's on you, right?
That is completely correct, and it's good feedback in the sense that I constantly go over these hours. I think most of us do, but it's sometimes that is the fact that it's stated that it's 25 hours is a good reminder to stay open, and to it's also like in that sense we get new opportunities within Giveth, and it's why this halftime wasn't stated in the beginning. That's how Griff saw it, as far as I know. So yeah, and the extra point is like when you go the extra mile and do stuff that really are valuable to Giveth, and with the new system of a UBI with extra points or extra ETH you can dish, then you can get more money. So that will be a healthy and a good system to reward people more equally. Okay, any other thoughts? No tensions? Okay. Cool. The next one is just format of the meeting. I added this here. It's not that we need to figure this out today, but I already added it. So I just discussed it with Yaler before as well. So it's also for me sometimes a tension. I don't want to be talking all the time, which I do anyways. But the format should be beneficial to all of you. So if you don't like boring Google Sheets, we can do this in another format. For me, it's just important that we do it in a way that is quick and dirty to have this meeting and to go through. But the idea is that you get something out of this meeting. You only like you don't have to like be tuned in all the time. But I know that Yaler is typing this, quite sure. But indeed, so. There was the proposal to move with the Zen Hub extension and to move to the other to put everything on GitHub, but then everyone needs to be registered on GitHub and everyone needs to have the Zen Hub extension, otherwise you cannot see the sheet, or I should maybe just share it on my screen, which works too. Okay, so that's a good proposal, Yaler. We can, if you have, we can brainstorm on it and let's just decide on a format that is easy and that works. Perfect. Okay, I wanted to start with that because Wojtek had to leave, but I think he already left. But maybe he'll join back in. See Yaler talking to Wojtek.
His headphones died. He's down to talk about it when he comes back on.
Okay, Parker, go ahead.
Sorry about that. I raised my hand accidentally, clicking on the chat button.
Okay, sure. He's back. Yeah, yeah, Wojtek, if you wanted to maybe first go through the depth points, if you prefer. You're back, right? Yeah. So it's on line 19. Yeah, so there's already some things we just posted, added this because Bowen has his document. Yeah, Bowen, so go ahead. Maybe this can be a future Medium post, right? Future Medium post?
I was unclear as to whether it was going to be a future Medium post the way that it is or not. The way that it stands right now, it's up for technical review. And once we release, it's definitely going to have to be up for public consumption for sure. I don't know exactly what Griff and the rest of the Bridge team's idea was for what's going to happen with it, other than it was sort of a manual for anybody that is involved with using and making everything run. Please, anybody who knows, please tell me.
Go
ahead. Sure.
Okay. So yes, exactly as you said, it's a technical document documenting how the bridge works. As for the article, we talked with the other dev team members, and there are some fears about publishing this. However, right now, I've asked Adam to start gathering it and describing it, and if we don't publish it now, we will publish it in future. So for Bowen, this is a technical document, but Adam would be someone who writes an article about it.
Yeah, I think it's a technical document, but it's also a description for all the people who are part of this setup so that they can know what their role is. And it's definitely more of an internal document, but I do expect it will be published discreetly in public so that everyone has access to it. Because if you're on the Giveth Multisig, or you're on any of if you're some kind of part of this process, this document will explain to you in normal words what you're supposed to do, what your role is, what you can be worried about, and in general how it works. And then we'll decide when we want to go public with it. Mostly it's on RJ, so whatever he wants.
So maybe we can, because yeah, indeed, I remember now, this is indeed the thing we discussed in the DAP meeting. So then indeed we can maybe put a current version on Medium, but maybe leave out the technical details and link to it. And then the moment that you really want to push it, then you adapt and then we can tweet and do all the things you want or something.
How about we just leave Bowen to finish writing this, and then we decide what we do about it?
Sure.
I just want to say one last thing, because I understand why I think Griff had a question about publishing it super publicly, or whoever it was. I can't remember who just had a problem with it. But we had a Twitter mention on the person who was doing the Million Ether homepage yesterday that just described the entire system of the way that the bridge works, and saying that it was ridiculous. So I think that people understand how our stuff's worked out there already, though it would be cool to correct their small problems with the way that they described it.
Can you link to that tweet? I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a tweet, it was on Reddit. Just give me just a minute. It was in our mentions. Let me see. New message on Reddit right here. Copying it over to the Jitsi window. It's kind of bogus.
Yeah, but indeed, if it's just on GitHub for now, then you can respond to it with this document as soon as you guys agree on it. As soon as it's finished. So okay, so I put it like that. First finish it, then decide where to publish it right now and what form, etc. So let's start with that one. Then the next one, the AMA with charities, it's a bigger Giveth AMA. I'm just going to call it like that because people can ask larger questions too, of course. So Wojtek, you said after the 7th. But now that it is becoming clear for Zook, etc. It would be good to know that some of us are like in a stable place and have time. So, what date are you going to Zook after the Aragon meetup as well, Wojtek, or not?
Yes, I am. I'll be there probably until 9 for now. I haven't bought a ticket back.
And Griff, you told me yesterday that there was like a Vitalik thing you wanted to go to, and so maybe. So do we do 7th is like the weekend, so maybe do we do it on the 9th on Monday?
Do what on the 9th?
Our next AMA call.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm down.
And
Monday and Tuesday are usually great days. There aren't a whole lot of things scheduled, and people expect to work. So
you're not traveling, Wojtek? You're not traveling either.
I mean, probably not. If I know that I shouldn't travel, I will not travel.
Okay, yeah. So that's why I want to just like fix it. Okay.
I'll be in Zug and then going to probably Berlin sometime around there, but it's a short flight / train ride. I can make sure doesn't conflict.
Okay, so I'll put it on our golden hour then at 6 p.m. on Monday, and I'll send out a meeting request after this one. And it's of course not just Wojtek and Griff that I'm asking. It's for everyone to just like answer questions also in social coding on everywhere, anything. So Taylor, as a representative for social coding, if you can be there as well, would be great. And everyone is just welcome, of course. I'll share the link. 9th of July. Parker, go ahead.
Hey, thanks. So working on the white paper last night, I started thinking about this, and it's related to the discussion with charities. I was wondering if there's any room for Giveth to put forward a Medium post or something that talks about how nonprofits can start accepting crypto and using it for their programs.
Yeah, well, there's no Medium post we have written, but if you feel like writing a post on this, you mean?
Well, I don't know that I actually, and it's something that comes up when talking about how Giveth will help nonprofits in the future. Obviously, the big question unanswered is how will they take all this ETH or whatever and turn it into funds that they can utilize? And I don't know the answer to that question exactly. And I would think a lot of them would be wondering that as we move further down the road.
Adam, is this something you would like to write about? Because this makes sense.
Yeah, this is something to investigate and try to put together a post about, because I need the information for the white paper anyway. But I don't know if any of you have a better sense of how people have turned large sums of ETH into fiat at an institutional level.
Adam, you wanted to say something?
No, sorry. No, never mind.
I can definitely connect. I mean, basically, there's a few organizations that do it for cheap, like BitPay, and then we can talk about this. Parker just messaged me. I got all sorts of ideas.
Okay. Great. Sounds good.
So maybe I add it as a possible article here then?
Yeah, I'd be happy to take lead on that. I'll probably use the content in the white paper as well, so it works out.
Cool. Okay, then reward down milestone that was on hold, I think. So yeah, the donor survey. Wojtek, it's still open in one of my tabs, but I don't know if maybe we should at some point. I wanted to have a call with you, anyways, like whenever you have time. So maybe we can see. You said this could be part of the onboarding process. So maybe we can have a chat about how you see this in general.
Yeah, this is definitely part of the onboarding process. I think we can just resolve that in Zook. No need to take that now.
Okay, then we'll put that on hold until then. I think the next one is the same. Milestone conversations. Adam?
Yeah. By the way, thinks about this. I came up with the term milestone reporting and milestone reports. I thought that maybe was slightly more clear in describing what this thing is actually about. Obviously open to feedback on that from whoever. It's pretty much done. I was going to give it another look through today, just to make sure I didn't sort of have any stupid mistakes in there. But yeah, pretty much ready to be turned over for you guys to do what you like with it.
Cool.
I'd be interested in taking a look at that, just because that's another thing, another section of the white paper that I'm kind of getting around to is talking about the capacity to send reports back to those that give. So very curious what you've done with that.
Yeah, I'll find you in Riot, and I'll send you a link to the Google Doc.
Awesome, thanks.
Cool.
Sure thing.
Wojtek, so you, if it's fine with you, well, as soon as you give your final go on it, then we can, then Adam can submit it as a Medium post, and then we put it live.
Yeah, perfect.
I haven't seen the last version now, so I'll check it again. The thing that I added as a comment is that. Oh, someone has an echo. That would be good to maybe have some visuals. I don't know if you worked on that, Adam, or if there's something that we can put there.
Yeah, I had already talked to Wojtek about that. I don't know what was finally decided. I was sort of saying that I'm not super confident in my visual art skills, and maybe somebody else's would be a better representation of the organization. But I'm for sure open to having visuals in there. I think they always help, or at least they help certain people and are definitely worth including.
Okay, yeah, the proposal I had was maybe that you do a screenshot from an actual conversation in the milestone as well, if you don't want to design anything. But
oh, okay, right. Oh, I saw that. I didn't realize that was what you meant. But yeah, that would totally be cool.
Well, there's one thing that I said you could design here, like the flow, and Wojtek is actually quite good at like showing what the flow is. And the other one could be a screenshot. I don't know, Wojtek, how you see it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I had an idea. I just didn't know that the article is already in the form when it's ready to publish.
Great.
Well, it's pretty close, but like I said, I mean, there's no sense of urgency on my end. It depends what you guys want to do.
Okay, well, as soon as Wojtek has checked it, then just let me know if I have to check again. And then we can publish. Cool. Next was on hold. Donors. Oh yeah, that we said milestone conversations. That white paper, Parker.
Yeah, sure. So I've been working on it. I was just working on it last night. Lansky's been working on it as well. He's got a couple of the sections going. I've got some sections going as well. I'd say at this point we're maybe 40 to 50% complete with the first draft itself. And that's just kind of getting all the information out there. And then from there, I think the most work, I think, will be actually, revising it, getting everyone's comments and feedback, making sure the tone is right, all of that. So there's still plenty of work to be done, but I'm going to do some more work on it today. And I think we should be able to speed up the work a bit and get this first draft done relatively quickly.
Cool. You said end of month, right?
Yeah, that's the hope. That's the hope. So that's what we're pushing for. So I know it's only 10 days to go, and I need to check in with Lansky. Actually, I know he's been really busy with other stuff, but I'm hoping to have another good 20 or 30% of the drafting done just on my end by the end of the week.
Nice. Okay. Who wants to go next? I don't care which one we do, social coding, Gov, or I can just start with general comms too. Any preferences? Anyone who has to run or something? Okay, if not, then I'll just start from the top again. Mission statement. So that one, so Griff added his campaign goals, and I am working on, I'm working on the comms part, and the comms part is actually also just based on, it's mostly supporting the others. So if you have anything specific that changed that is not in the campaign on the DApp, please add it there. And it's not a strict deadline, but I would like to write that, and I want to write that article. So it's one of my focus things to do this week. Next on hold, website. That one is on hold for now. Interview podcasts. Any specific new podcasts or stuff? The one with Bloomberg, Griff, did that one got out now?
The one with who?
With Bloomberg.
No, I don't know. I think it's just an article.
Ah, it's an article. I thought it was a podcast. Okay. Okay. And then there was the nice interview that you did that got retweeted tons on the DAO and Give It, etc. with the DAO anniversary. I still have to listen it to myself. So that's always good publicity for Give It. Transparency. So yeah, we had a really good call on that, and I think that's going to be extra input for Lenski's article on how important we find this. Events, any updates there? Something that we need to know? So you have yours coming up, Wojtek, in a few days. You have all you need there?
Yeah, I'm looking. There's definitely the Magicians meetup on the 13th and 14th in Berlin. Which is, I know Jody and I are going to. And then, yeah, there's this Zug on the 7th thing with the car. Although I don't think we're really participating in it actively. I think we're just going to watch. Yeah, and then the Argonne meetup dates are decided. They are 3rd to the 6th, and then with follow-up in Zug, probably to the 8th or 9th. We're still working on logistics.
Yeah. Okay, I added that. And then, Danny, you wanted to give us an update, I think, on what's happening also in July. Tell us.
I just heard the Magicians meeting mentioned, and I'm working with Jamie Pitts on putting together information to get more interest, more sponsorship, and more participation in that, and making it more interesting and appealing to help people understand why it's important to be there in person and have these conversations about governance.
Cool. Yes. So then that's up to date with everything that's happening. Give It a Galaxy. So Bowen is looking for his article, and otherwise, well, actually, it's the same as I think I'm going to merge the mission statement with the Give It a Galaxy. Visual identity contest. So that one is running. I'm gonna check if we already have some submissions. I'm gonna promote it a little bit more. So everyone is welcome who has like design skills to, of course, submit something. Next one is on hold, and then that's DApp. So we covered DApp, and now we move over to Gov. So I'll yeah. So I'll skip over the on hold, Griff. Then Aragon collaboration. I guess that's our meeting that we'll have in July.
Yep. Yeah. Is Linz here? Maybe Linz can give an update on that.
I think, yeah, she's there.
I'm here. Sorry. Where are we?
Aragon meetup.
Yes. So it's the only time the whole team was going to be in one place was their offsite in Bessonaz. So they're going to be there, obviously, before we're kind of invited to show up. But The third is when I have an Airbnb really close to theirs and has plenty of beds. So whoever can make it, just please. There is an easy train closest to Geneva. During the weekdays, it's nonstop from Geneva to Sion, which is very close to Bessonaz, and there's a bus that goes from this train station. And on weekends, you have to switch trains in, I forget where, Lausanne, I think. But it seems easy. It's just time. So at least you'll be sitting on a train and can work and do whatever you need. But other than that, other than the van, going back on the 6th, which I'm waiting on details on, I haven't heard anything about agenda. I'm assuming everything's open and you'll work from their chalet, which is close by the Airbnb. But does anyone else have any questions on that?
The van, does it go to Zug or does it go to Zurich?
It goes to Zug.
Okay. And then do we have you reached out to Jordy yet?
No.
Okay, yeah. So I think that's our step for today, is to try to get a hold of Jordy. I can definitely push that and see like how much space he'd have and how many people he can store in his house.
Okay, do you want him to be, or do you want him to know that about, is he going to Bessonaz, do you know any of that? Or shall you want me to find out?
I'll make a 3-way conversation.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Decentral, anything we need to know there? Oh yeah, actually I have a question for that one, Griff. So I saw that in the Facebook group that there was a request to review all the video submissions, all the talks that were edited. Yeah, so to me it makes sense that I would share this in contributors, and I would actually like that if we, because all these talks are about decentralization, that we upload them on our Giveit YouTube. What do you think?
Gary has I think that would be cool, but Gary has a YouTube dedicated for it, so we'll have to talk to him about that. I think he wants to keep the YouTube.
And is he gonna
But the contributors channel is not a bad idea.
It's really not. A lot of hours of these videos I've been trying to get through, looking for balls and shilling of products.
Yeah, looking for balls, looking for tits.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that would be the idea.
It's kind of a fun task, right? Watch a talk on decentralization and check to see if you can see any boobies, right? I mean, that just seems like fun, and report it. I'm definitely down to offer reward DAO points, but I don't know. I don't think it'd be a lot.
Yeah, I would also offer some in the sense that, well, to me, it's everything that it's again, and we are promoting decentralization. It's decentral. It's talks that can be interesting to everyone. I don't care if it's on his YouTube or on someone else's, but I think it would be, again, it's a way to draw people into our community. So I would actually want to promote it in some form or another, because if he added, it's now apparently he's there a year after the fact, and it's actually good promotion for the camp anyways, to bring those talks out, but there's a lot. So maybe I should just chat with him and see what he thinks and how we could do this.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, I'm going to see him tomorrow in the flesh, so.
Yeah, and if we want to put it out there, we could just organize it through me, because I have access and I'm keeping track of boobies and balls in these videos, so it wouldn't be too much of a strain on him, but we can check with him before we put it out there.
Cool. Okay, so then I'll because you guys are talking anyways, maybe it's then even the easiest if you check with him, Griff, like how he prefers it, and then Lindsay, maybe you can just ask in contributors then, like, here are the files, or ping me if you have booby time, and then you can say that we'll dish some points for this.
Okay.
Yay, and then that is done quicker. And then, yeah, just check are there any strong feelings or thoughts or any soft feelings also on like promoting this a little bit with Giveth. I think it's a good idea to draw again people into our community, but I don't know if you want any Giveth links in there or keep it completely separate. For me, Decentral is also a Giveth project. That's why it's on the list.
I think it's blockchain for good. So, but I'm a little biased.
Yeah, I think I think so too. I think it's definitely something that will, yeah, again, draw more people into our community, and that's the goal, because all the people who are in our community are future users of the dApp. So, to me, it makes sense. Okay. Any other thoughts?
No.
Okay.
Next one is great.
Yeah.
If we have Parker and Yaler here, maybe they can give some updates on their grants.
Mm-hmm.
They're working on a bunch of them.
Yep. Parker?
I was going to say I'll let Yaler take it away to start.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're working on we were actually trying to figure out like who's going to do what, and we decided essentially that I'll be running like on the ground, picking up information from people that have the information, putting it into the document, hopefully with help from Chael as well, so she can kind of do some running around. We're working on the Ethereum Foundation grant and maybe the Ethereum Community Fund at the moment. We will put the information together, get it verified, and then Parker will smooth everything out before we submit the grants. But right now we're needing feedback from the teams about what the different features are that we're actually building out, and where the grants that are applicable for either the dApp or the Giveth governance campaign will be accepted. So just working on those right now. And I'm also putting together, I put at the bottom of this a grants master sheet where we can see all the grants that are available and the amounts and how to apply for them at any point in time.
Cool. Okay. And
while we're on the subject, did you guys get the agreement signed for the Nest grant?
No, we're talking with Maria right now. They're going to change clause 7. And I'm going to talk to one of their attorneys before we do any signing. So it's in the works. We're on Keybase talking about it.
Okay.
Cool. So for the Nest grant, that one is done, just needs to be signed. And are you working on any grant right now, Parker, then?
So
not?
Yeah, just doing my part on I think each of those grants. So the ones we've talked about so far are the Ethereum Foundation grant. I took a look at the Hackturnship grant. I don't know if that's completely related. And yeah, really just, I mean, for me, I'm happy to do whatever I can, but it's tremendously helpful to have Yaler gathering all the information and putting everything together, just being closer connected to everyone and knowing who knows what. And then I think I'm happy to review and add in information and try to provide comments as much as possible. So I think that'll work best moving forward. But if more and more come up and I need to also start doing some more coordinating and putting information together, then I can do that as well.
And is the Hackturnship, is that one, so that was also a Nest
It's
grant,
at the
right?
bottom
And
of
is
the sheet. It's at the bottom. I've just added it all in social coding. So.
Okay. So yeah, I kept the grants here together, but I'll social coding. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. But these are waiting for response. So that means that these two are already submitted. Okay. Cool. Sorry, scrolling back up. EIP 0, Griff?
There is a lot of talk with Deem and actually a few other groups that want to do the signaling website. and so I am cautiously optimistic that that will become a project eventually, but nothing's really concrete right now.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the status there. But there's this like Jeremy Nation and Bowen and Bowen's wife Luker from Eth News. You know, Eth News is moving to Reno, and a lot of people, Adam knows as well, a lot of people are interested in maybe starting some kind of decentralized independent news agency. And so I think it would be really cool to kick that project off with with this signaling website as being that like cornerstone. So we'll see. It needs a project manager and it needs dedication, but it's definitely something that could happen. We'll see.
Cool. Right. So that one is so the milestone template thing is it's funded. I don't know, Wojtek, if what's the status there, or someone picked this up?
Wojtek is not here. I will just say that someone picked up the bounty and they have 4 weeks to complete it. We're not in touch with them, so we won't know what's happening until the 4 weeks is up.
What is this?
Milestone template bounty.
So what's the milestone template look like, or what is that?
I have no idea. At this point, I have no idea.
Okay, so it's on Gitcoin though?
Yes, it's on Gitcoin.
Okay.
They funded it. Did you? So he created a bounty for the milestone template, and then Gitcoin funded it like immediately. So it's in the works.
Cool.
Wojtek is back, so maybe.
Yeah, I've been hearing this conversation and passively. Yes, so the bounty is there. Someone is working on it, but he hasn't really talked to us back in like 7 days or something. And I think in like 3 more days, the bounty, he will be kicked from the bounty and someone else will have to take it. So we'll see.
At which point I will pick up the bounty because I already essentially finished this.
Ooh.
Yeah, but in the PR that person made, he's like super close. I don't understand why he haven't finished it. It's like an hour of time.
Maybe he has a plan.
Okay, so I'll let you guys check that. Okay, Unicorn Reward DAO, PointsBot. Yeah, so for the Riot bot, so the PointsBot works, but the Riot bot actually, so I worked on the document that Yeller started, but Tay Trey kind of disappeared, and Deem doesn't know where he is either. Does anyone have any news about him? Is he alive?
He's in summer, I'm guessing.
He's in summer.
Well, he said he was traveling. I don't know when he wanted to start.
Yeah, he asked me for some feedback about the PointsBot. So I told him that for me the PointsBot was fantastic and working. And
yeah, I think we should like just have a direct conversation and say, hey, are you interested in finishing this, or should we find someone else to finish it off? Because no one has the bandwidth to do it right now. Definitely not Quasia, and definitely not Deem. So we'll just have a chat with him and see if he wants to finish it or not, and then we'll decide from there to how to value it.
Yeah, I sent him a message, but he didn't respond. I sent him like 5 days ago, and Deem the same. So we'll wait for his feedback then. Uki, open source blockchain explorer. So we had one. I tweeted on a bit later. That was my mistake. Any other update there, Griff?
On the PointsBot?
No, on open source blockchain explorer.
We're starting to venture out. We have some EIPs that are going to be really big that TJ is kind of creating. So it's starting to become a real effort. And F-Prize is going to pick up something. There's a lot of things going on. I don't know if anything is so related to Giveth other than in that Reddit post that we mentioned. I mean, the fact that we're on Rinkeby is totally backed up by the fact that we're doing this open source block explorer thing, and that's why we're on Rinkeby, because they have Etherscan. And so just if this ever comes up again, make sure to mention, oh yeah, there's this huge effort for open source block explorer that Giveth is like, you know, leading the charge on. We don't want to be on Rinkeby either, right?
It was again like attacking us that we're using Rinkeby for this. Okay.
A little bit, and the centralized bridge and stuff like that. I've been writing a response to him during this meeting.
Okay. And so the next call is next week again, I guess.
Yes, next week, not this week.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wall of Fame, Kai?
Yeah, unfortunately, Deem is not here. We wanted to take a big step with Paraty, just like they're in Brazil, and it's hard to get into a video call with them. We already tried yesterday evening and today, so that's one step for the future. And the really next step for the Wall of Fame is to share what Deem has been doing. So I'm always trying to motivate him to like put that up here. Yeah.
Okay.
No news except from that. I didn't talk to him yesterday.
Okay. Then signaling website, so that's a bit double because you already talked about that one. Yeah, the next one, Yiller, that's actually the thing that we just talked about before. I put this as a separate line, but we can talk more. Social coding intake form, or whatever way you want to like continue with the hackathon, but also like social coding in general if you need any help. I don't know if you have any thoughts on this specifically right now.
I have no thoughts at the moment, but it is something that's on my mind.
Cool. DAppNode.
DAppNode's killing it, running super fast. I'm pretty much doing dedicated comms for them right now. The way that Giveth can just support us is by just sharing the posts that we put up. Edu will be publishing an article on Friday. We're now onboarding users. If you're interested in having your own DAppNode, join the DAppNode channel and start the process.
Would you say that the alpha is officially out?
The alpha is out.
Yes.
Cool. And where is Edu publishing that article?
On the DAppNode Medium.
Would it make sense to also, because it's a social coding project, to push that one to Giveth as well?
I don't know, but I talked with Edu about it, and we seem to think it's better to have it be a separate entity. For publication.
I like separate and collaborative, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you guys can share it too, like once we publish it, but we'll publish it first, and then maybe we can just push it to you as well.
Yeah, you can publish it. Well, Griff, what did you want to say?
No, I just, you know, I think DAppNode is a serious project, so it definitely needs its own stuff. But, you know, I don't know exactly how Medium works, if we can cross-publish or, like, have it link on our page and then go to their Medium, or how that kind of thing works. But I definitely think we should help promote it as a social coding project and, you know, blockchain for good project. But
oh, for sure, I totally agree.
Yeah, I think it would be good to have it, if you search on social coding at the top, that it shows up. So I think he can actually publish it to both publications. So if he would do that,
yeah, I'll totally do that.
Yeah, and then we can promote it for you guys as well. Yeah, Etherglade, Griff, or Kai. Last time it still said this needed to be funded, bounty.
No, yeah, I mean, we are just in the process of kicking it off the donation page, so it's good you're mentioning this. I want to remove the bounty, actually. It hasn't been funded. Nobody seems to be interested. It was Griff's request at first, so I want to check back here. If you're fine with this, I will skip the bounty.
Yeah, I think we can skip the bounty.
Okay.
So we take this one out.
Yeah, just delete it all.
Delete. Okay. August Blockchain Yiller.
We have kind of finalized the teams. Well, the sponsors, Aragon, Giveth, Status, and Swarm. And now we're working to outline the GitHub organization so that people can build their projects inside the Blockchain organization, and then we can provide bounties and stuff like that. But I'm in an ongoing conversation with Quasia. Now we also have support from ChainChat, which is a blockchain educational resource group. And we're going to spend some time outlining how the project should be judged. And I'm going to continue to apply for grants to fund the projects.
Cool. Yeah, and then the grant master sheet, that's the one you said, so that has all of them in there. So I'm going to group some of these things, and we discuss these as well. So, anything we missed, or is this our meeting? I think it is.
Yeah, I think
so. Yeah, so thanks checking out. Thanks for the great meeting.
There is one more thing. Status is building almost like trying to build something similar to social coding, and this is still early stages. I don't even I can't even remember what they called it. Let me see, but it's something that Hutch wanted to collaborate with us on. Let's see, what does he call it? It starts with an A. And I had a good call with them the other day. Advocate. They have this advocate thing, and I guess I can share the Google Doc. Their objective is basically to advocate different tasks that can support community-driven ideas. And so, they're going to give a bunch of bounties, and really they're like trying to do their own kind of Giveth thing. Or like blockchain for good things. So, and support it with SNT tokens. And so, I just had a phone call with them. I don't know how they have a dedicated person for it, so it's probably going to happen. And we'll see. It's early stages.
Well, maybe it's an idea to team up. I don't know. That it's yeah.
Absolutely. It's somewhere between social coding and it's like some kind of style of social coding.
Yeah, Yaler. Yeah, maybe this is something for you then as well, that you guys talk about it, and maybe it can be a cross-team social coding project, and then you have extra financial backup automatically.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone sent me I know Hutch. I'll just ask him.
Yeah, I have this document. I'll put in the Jitsi, and I just put it in. Where is it? Sorry, I lost. Oh, I'm in the wrong one.
Yeah, that's why I didn't see it.
Yeah, I just put in the last week's. Where are we? Okay, here it is in the Jitsi.
Cool. Okay, I'll copy it in here as well. Yeah, so indeed, yeah, maybe we were just talking about before Yaler. I was talking about with Yaler, and then bringing some structure and talking about project management and stuff. And if they have a dedicated person, then we can maybe do something together. Okay. So thanks for the great meeting. We did it again in 1 hour. Yes. Thanks for being here, all of you, and see you next week. And I give it to Lindsay.
Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry I was a little bit late. My alarm didn't go off, but glad I got to join and see all you guys. So on to Yaler.
What's up? Great meeting. Okay, bye. Pass it to Kai.
Yeah, nice and short. I was a bit distracted by this guy on Reddit. I tried to hunt him down on social media, whatever. We can talk about it. We should answer him. And say, you did this and this.
Griff is entering. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll thank you. And this is my checkout. I can give it to Griff.
Yeah, I have already 4 paragraphs written. So it's gonna be a good answer, and hopefully we can use this as a piece in Bowen's thing. But yeah, great meeting. Another one right on the dot, 1 hour. So it's amazing how that just we just like it's like water in a cup. It just kind of fits the space we give it. And I love this meeting so much. It's so good to get an overview of everything that's going on and to be able to like communicate what's happening in Giveth. I will pass it to Lorelei.
Hey, yeah, it was cool to follow along. I feel like there's now some things I want to follow up with, so happy to be here. And I'll pass it to Adam.
Hey guys, very efficient meeting, always inspiring to see. Quick comment just on the thing about the Reddit guy. One thing I did notice, and I'm not saying that anyone's planning on doing this, but one thing I did notice that was kind of a bad look when I was writing for ETH News was organizations coming out with press statements or social media posts that come off as emotional. So just food for thought as people are writing things to that guy. And I will pass it to Parker.
All right. Yeah, thanks everyone. It was great to catch up and be able to ask some of the questions that are coming up as I work on the white paper and get connected with Adam and Griff. I'll follow up with you about the Ether to fiat issue. And yeah, thanks again. I'll pass it to Bowen.
Hey, great meeting everybody. It's good to see you. And look forward to the rest of the day. There's a lot to do. Back to you, Chris.
Yeah, that's everyone then. Okay, thanks, guys. I don't know if Danny is still there, or did she leave? Maybe she already did. Okay, if everyone went, have a nice, fantastic day, and thanks for joining, all of you. See you later.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Want to do some yoga?
I want to know. Sorry.
Hey, Lorelei.
What?
Do you have a time frame for the triple check later?
Oh yeah.
Did it actually come through? Because I was checking last night. It didn't look like it showed up.
I thought it happened at 9 a.m. our time, but I'm about to check it right now.
I think it happens at 9 p.m. our time, or it's supposed to.
Well, let me see if it ran. Give me just 1 second.
Also, the milestone thing that you're working on should have been in this meeting.
The milestone thing I'm working on?
No, that Lorelei's working on.
Oh, okay.
Milestone, what do you call it? Milestone
tutorial.
Tutorial.
Yeah, the new one is not up, so I'll hit Quasi up.
It's supposed to happen at 9 p.m. our time on Tuesday.
I'm thinking afternoon if it gets to us in time. In the afternoon would be best.